literally translates to good news. In a theological sense, it refers to the narrative of Jesus Christ and the offer of salvation to humanity. While some interpretations of the gospel emphasize the consequences of rejecting it, such as the endless weeping mentioned in your text, the core message is focused on hope, redemption, and the restoration of the relationship between God and people. Here is a long-form explanation of the gospel and its significance. 1. The need for the gospel, the human condition. The gospel begins with the premise that humanity has been separated from God. This separation is caused by sin, which is described as a departure from God's perfect standard. Because God is considered perfectly holy and just, this separation creates a spiritual void and a legal debt. According to this worldview, no amount of human effort, good works, or religious rituals can bridge this gap, because human imperfection cannot achieve divine perfection. 2. The person of the gospel, Jesus Christ. The good news is that God did not leave humanity in this state of separation. The gospel teaches that God became human in the person of Jesus Christ. As both fully divine and fully human, he lived a life without sin, fulfilling the requirements that humanity could not. This makes him the mediator, the only one capable of standing between a holy God and a fallen world. 3. The work of the gospel, the substitution. The turning point of the gospel is the crucifixion and resurrection. Because justice requires a penalty for wrongdoing, Jesus is believed to have voluntarily taken that penalty upon himself. This is known as substitutionary atonement. By dying on the cross, he paid the debt of sin for all people. His subsequent resurrection from the dead is seen as proof of his victory over death and sin, offering the promise of new life to those who believe. 4. The response to the gospel, faith and grace. A key theme of the gospel is that salvation is a gift, not something that is earned. The required response is repentance and faith. It is a call to move from a state of spiritual rebellion or indifference into a state of reconciliation and peace with God. 5. The warning and the promise. The gospel is often presented as a choice with eternal weight. The warning aspect, which mentions hell or weeping, is intended to illustrate the gravity of remaining separated from the source of life and light. It suggests that rejecting the good news means choosing to remain in a state of spiritual darkness. However, the promise of the gospel is far more prominent. It offers total forgiveness, a transformed life on earth, and the assurance of eternal communion with God. It is described as a message of extreme love, where the creator of the universe went to the greatest possible lengths to bring his creation back to himself. 6. The goal of the gospel, restoration. Ultimately, the gospel is not just about avoiding punishment, it is about restoration. It aims to restore the imago Dei in every person, leading to a life characterized by love, joy, peace, and purpose. It is a message meant to be shared with the world, inviting everyone, regardless of their past,